boom, 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 boom. 102.1 KOKY, the legendary sound of the city. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. Those two are some girls that I wanted to be back in the day. The Mary Jane girls. Do you remember them, John?
I remember the Mary Jane girls.
Oh, they were hot to try. Too hot to try now, baby. Said Joe, too hot to try. Woo! I love that song. Good Thursday morning to you, John.
Good Thursday morning to you, Miss Sonta Jean.
We got the bad weather out of there. Oh my goodness, something's going on where the music is so loud in my ears. Yours loud? I don't know what it is. Oh, it's because that's up. Okay, here she comes to save the day. All right, now once again, good Thursday morning to you. We got the rain in and out of here. I like it like that. All day yesterday was just kind of cool, breezy. Rain came in, rain left, but it did a little bit of damage.
A little damage.
Not in this area though. Doesn't seem like.
No, we were expecting
our area in the central.
We're expecting worse, so we got off pretty well, but enough rain to do some damage and had some issues later in the evening. It came a little later than we thought. If you were a baseball fan, it did some damage to you because there was a 3-hour rain delay for the St. Louis game. They were already playing, so the rain delay was longer than the game basically. And of course,
they really sit and wait 3 hours and then go ahead and play a game.
They sit and wait 3 hours.
I'm over it.
They can't really call the games in the playoffs. And in Detroit, they didn't get the game in at all. So that was Yankees in Detroit. They didn't get the game in at all because of the storms up there. So it's not so much the rain, although the rain's a problem. If it's thunderstorms and of course high winds, that's when they step away because it was prime tornadic activity. We had it here too as well, although we didn't get as much here, but there were some places a little damaged, but not too much serious. We're all glad that there were. Anytime you have an overnight and you expect some storms, and you wake up next morning and say no lives were lost, it's great. Some people still out of power, but not too many people at this point.
And especially when they're talking about tornadoes here, because they come through and they get mean and ugly. So I'm glad no real bad news to report on that. What else is in the news this morning?
I'm going to back away from some of the bad news because you've been asking for good news.
And I'm a happy girl. It's Thursday. I get to flop tonight. Finals at the lip sync competition. So good news tonight.
Here's something. A terror plot was thwarted yesterday that they're working on. You heard that?
Yeah.
A man drove a van in front of the Federal Reserve Bank in Lower Manhattan and thought it was going to blow up a van full of explosive. He was basically set up in a sting to basically set himself up. Right. So the materials he bought was not active. Was not a bomb.
Thank God,
and, they arrested him. Because
the FBI was connected to this whole plot too. Okay.
This man who has like 5 different names. Basically, his last name is Nafis.
Yeah, it was a lot of names when they said it on the news.
Quasi Muhammad Rawuzal Hassan Mahfis. He came to the United States on their student visa, and he was supposed to go to school somewhere in Wisconsin or someplace like that. Obviously, he came here and started working on this plot from the get-go. He said he had Al-Qaeda ties, but no one found any actual Al-Qaeda ties. He's just basically some guy who wants to make a name for himself, and he pretty quickly got himself hooked in with some FBI informants. So they've been watching him all this time, and essentially giving him the rope to hang himself for this
I'm
deal.
Thankful though that they were in on that and could stop that guy from doing that. That's horrible.
So that's a bad one. We're going to talk about your kids a little bit.
My kids?
Well, maybe your kids. There's this thing.
I love you, Miles, Malcolm. I can't even say their names. Miles, Malcolm, and Nia. You just made me think about them.
The Wallingford Board of Education in Connecticut is going to vote next month on whether they're going to allow the school district and the schools to have the right to monitor social networking of kids, so that if they believe they're cyberbullying, they can keep an eye on that.
Right.
This is going an issue that's I find it so hard to believe that it's such a big issue. But at the latest, and I don't know the girl's name, unfortunately, the girl that had been bullied. The story is the girl was chatting online one day, and she was chatting online with some strange older person. He's asked her to flash her shirt. She did it. He took a picture of it and sent it to everyone she knew in school. She went to another school. He sent the same picture to everyone she knew, and did it over and over and over again. And police couldn't figure out who he was, which was what's insane.
Sit your fast tail down, sending little old pictures that are inappropriate.
Well, she went national with the story. All the stuff going on. She tried to commit suicide 2 times in the past. This past weekend, she actually succeeded in her attempt. because she just basically could not get away from this guy. And now I think they figured out who he is, and so now they have a way to prosecute him. But it was like, how can they not figure out who the guy was? So this school in Connecticut is looking to.
It starts at home, though. You know, the parents should start. The parents should be monitoring and lifting your little shirt up.
The school is trying to figure out whether it's a First Amendment right for the kids to be on the social networking sites and do their thing and not be monitored for these issues. So that's the big issue. One, do they want to do it, and two, can they actually do it?
Right.
So a little bit of seriousness going there. But
and then, really, what's the legal age that you're supposed to be in order to be on Facebook? Because it really was. Facebook was created for college students or something like that.
They backed it up to high school students.
Right.
It was a school forum. Then it became everybody's forum.
Yeah.
I believe it's 13. So I think 13, because 13 is essentially a nice essential age to kick things off. We're going to do preteens. Yeah. So I think it's 13. I know if you're 15, 16, you can have one without any issue. But we'll check that out. But obviously, a lot of kids younger than that have Facebook profiles. So if your kids, who I believe are not quite yet 13, have their
Princess
own
Nia.
have their own Facebook accounts. Yeah. You're not technically. You are in the wrong.
I should be in the mix with the Facebook people, because what I think they could do is just change their profile. Of course it pops up and everybody's the same, but maybe the profile will be rhyme, just blinks red because you're 13. That would kill them.
Well, this is the problem. They don't know you're 13 because you put in your age. So
because
much like Mark Dillon, they're all 99 years old in his profile.
Mark, you're not that old.
Because you're Mark Dillon, 99 years old. But yeah, you just put in a fake date and
you're in. Yeah.
So it just works out that way. So you got to look out for stuff like that. Anything in the news that you want to throw out this way?
I didn't even watch any news yesterday. I was so tired from being up on what night. I don't even remember what day.
The day was Tuesday night.
Yeah, then I was tired and worn out. I went to bed for 9 o'clock, honestly, in the bed and sleep in my clothes, fully clothed too. I was really, really tired. Woke up at 6 o'clock in the morning. Anybody that knows me knows I'm not the morning person at all, but I was up at 6 hey, how y'all doing? Wanted a cup of coffee and everything. So nothing. I'm just ready to have a really good Thursday. I'm excited about the cheese dip thing.
This one story, and then we'll talk cheese dip. This one story. Okay. A medical marijuana grower in Maine.
Montel Williams is going to be talking in 8 minutes at the Capitol about medical marijuana. So you still have time to catch him. Make sure if you're wanting to support him, that's all I'm saying.
Ask him if he'll make you a smoothie while you're out there.
If they are handing out stuff, they can't do that.
I don't know.
They can't do that. But Montel Williams in town.
He's in town.
Yeah, so make sure to check that out.
But here's the story. In Ellsworth, Maine, a medical marijuana grower had 13 grand in weed stolen from him from the greenhouse.
That hurts.
$13,000 worth of weed. But he's a licensed grower. Because someone stole his property, he called the cops.
Yes.
The cops had already arrested 32-year-old Aaron Pert for theft.
For picking up a load, something.
But they weren't quite so sure whether to actually give Thomas back his marijuana because it's marijuana. But it was his, so they ended up giving it back to him, mostly because he's a licensed grower and licensed seller. So that's based not just because, hey, you stole my weed. Well, should you be growing weed? He actually has the right to grow weed. The license
to grow it, so give me my dope back now.
He only got about 15% of his goods back, though. That's
how much percent?
15% of what was stolen. So
where the rest of the dope?
That's about a month. I don't know. Maybe the other guy smoked it already. He just couldn't get to the last 15%.
He didn't smoke that much dope, John. 15%, he was a smoking. Shut your mouth.
So, he asked for his pot plants back, and because they belong to him legally.
Hey, yo, y'all have my dope back there.
He got a little bit back, not much, but a little bit.
Yeah, I can see that happening. 15%. Yeah, I just say y'all keep this. I got more cheese dip road trip. I love it. But the World Cheese Dip Championship, they were just here talking about it on the Broadway Joe Talk Show, and I'm gonna be going. I'm so excited. I love cheese dip. I love the white cheese dip. I love when Tia's was here, they used to have the queso supremo where they put guacamole guacamole plus a little of the ground beef in it. Oh, I can't wait for the Cheese Dip Festival. And I love ponchos. When you go to the grocery store, it's cold, but if you take it home in that little bucket and warm it up, oh, that's some Mexico chiquito.
Ponchos is one you get at the grocery stores too, right?
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. It's ever so good. So I'm excited about that. I'm going to be there this weekend. And of course, if you missed the Broadway Joe Talk show this morning, don't forget that in a little bit you can find out all the information from his guests that were here, the Soul Searchers organization. I actually got to see them as they were leaving. Really good organization. And I didn't hear Coach Sam Weaver talk about Philander Smith College. What's going on over there right now?
They've got a lot of stuff going on at Philander Smith, so we'll get all the details there on KOKY.com in a little bit. Okay. I think I have the paperwork in here.
It's going to be a beautiful Thursday, too. You see the clouds are burning off from the sun. Oh, I'm so excited.
We are going to have a great day. Let's see what's going on at Philander Smith College. Athletics, just about the athletic program. Things going on with athletics at Philander Smith. Although it is a smaller college, they still have plenty of things going on. They were promoting things going on there. But if the Cheese Dip, I'll be there. You'll be there. We'll have official credentials. So,
here's my pass.
So there
I'm
you go.
So excited. Yeah.
We're not judging, unfortunately, but
it's all right. I'll judge. I'll walk around and still do my own little judging.
Now it's going to be at the Clinton Presidential Library. Gates open at 11, but the judging or the tasting doesn't start until 12
noon.
And essentially,
I'm all on top of that.
You pay your $12 or $10 if you get a ticket today. You pay your $12. You just eat all the cheese dip you want to till they run out of cheese dip. Literally, till they run out of cheese dip.
I'll be dipping this Saturday. All right, 10:26. Time for us to get into the music, child. 4330102. Use that number to get your requests, birthdays, and anniversaries in. Also, we have got the Joker's Wild Comedy Tour coming to town Saturday, November 17th. Guess who has tickets to hook you up with? That's right, Mimi. So stay locked in to the legendary sound of the city.
1021 KOKY.
Chillin' Dillin'. D.D. Taylor. KOKY Nightlife means the most continuous music.
What more can I say?
On the sound of the city.